All right, you guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about advocacy and policy regulations. I'm a huge believer in fair and reasonable regulations in every city, state, and county. So I just want to be very clear on that. I'm going to focus mostly on Arizona and Scottsdale because that's where my board is at and that's where I'm most educated. But if you're a host, a homeowner, a vacation rental, you should definitely watch this video because I feel like there is a bunch of stuff that you guys can learn here from me, and then you can bring it to your city and state and be a part of the solution, not the problem. So step number one, I feel like, no order, but this is step number one. I think every single person can do this. If you're a homeowner, a manager, a host, you own properties, this is something that everyone can do. Just being a voice. Make sure that your voice is heard. Make sure you're voting, right? Make sure you're writing letters to your city council members how important vacation rentals are to you. Definitely really important to tell that side of the story, how it's you and your family, you hire local cleaners, local landscapers, that kind of stuff. So it's very important to be a voice. Maybe you can get some press. Don't be afraid, like I was always afraid, to go down to City Hall or the state capitol and speak in person is game changer. I've witnessed it over and over again by just going there, telling my story, speaking up. I've really helped change a lot of the policy. So that's step number one. I think everybody can do that. Even if you don't hear back from your city council members, they read the emails. So email them a couple times. Point out a few things in the bill that you don't like. Like, let's say it's like putting a sign that this is a vacation rental in front of the house. Like, that's a severe problem. That could be all kinds of risk. So maybe just point out that one thing and write a letter to the city council members and say, hey, this is who I am, blah, blah, blah. I really think putting a sign in front of my house is gonna put me in jeopardy of all kinds of safety issues, etc. And keep it simple. That way they see it, get a bunch of people involved, but everybody here should do that. That should be number one. Let me know in the comments if you guys have done that. And be honest with yourselves. Are you guys doing this right now? Is this something you've been thinking about? Or are you just expecting someone else to do all of this for you? Also, what you guys can do is donate. Now, you can donate with your time by resources. Maybe you're helping build graphics or organizing a meetup or education, sharing on your social media channels, whatever. So that's one way that you can donate. Not everybody can donate time. I think you all could donate a little bit of time. And then if you can't do that, let's say you have a bunch of properties or you're just really busy or you're just uncomfortable with some of the steps, then you can donate money. Find a local organization in your town or city that you have a vacation rental and donate money. Literally does not have to be an insane amounts of money, but my recommendation is maybe it's like $100 to $200 per property is how you should donate to a local organization that will fight for you on reasonable policies. You could also donate on a more national scale from a company called VRMA. You should check them out. They're an amazing organization, but they just started an advocacy group, and kudos to them. They just raised like $600,000 already. But what you can do is you can plug in your PM softwares, and every time you get a booking, you can say, I want to donate $1 to advocacy to VRMA. Very cool. And I think you can use this as marketing. I think you can put this in your listing and your description that you are protecting the guests, you're trying to keep this industry alive and whatnot. All right, bear with me. I wanted to interrupt this YouTube video real quick to give a big shout out to Hostfully. Hostfully and I have built a partnership together. I've been using their digital guidebooks for many, many years on all of my properties. And I just started reaching out to them, asking them more about the property management software. So now I'm officially gonna be working with Hostfully on their property management. I have already been going through the process and switching all of my homes to Hostfully. So if you're looking for better guest experience, are you on multiple platforms platforms? Are you trying to do direct booking? You need a better calendar system? You want better guest communication? And flat out, do you want to just make more money? We all do. We want our time back, etc. Hostfully is the leader in the game. They've won many awards when it comes to the property management software. Also, what I can do is link my digital guidebooks with Hostfully guest communication. So that to me was very, very easy. And I'm going through the process right now. I'm switching everything over. Customer service has been fantastic. And they've just been kind of holding my hand through this process. So if you guys want more information, use my link below. Yes, I do get credit for it. It helps me out. It helps the channel out. But honestly, I love Hostfully. Check them out. Link in my bio. Find local groups in your area. Number 3. So again, I'm in Arizona. We're very fortunate enough that we have a statewide bill. So I want to be a part of any organizations that are trusted sources, right? Make sure they're trusted and they have the same beliefs that you have. Not everybody's in the same fight, right? So make sure it's something that you believe in. But Arizona is statewide. So I feel like it's very important that you find an organization that's statewide so you can see what's going on city to city. Maybe you want to buy in Tempe, but then you want to buy in Flagstaff. Well, those laws could be different. Statewide means, you guys, is Arizona is lucky enough that we have a statewide bill that cities cannot go rogue and completely ban short-term rentals. They have, some boundaries in place where they can make certain laws and regulations, but they can't go overboard. And I'll talk about the Scottsdale one here in a minute. But find a local group, like in Arizona, join our group, Arizona for Responsible Tourism, azrtr.org. If you're looking for a group, I would highly recommend jumping on rentresponsibly.org, and they list their groups there. And if you can't find a group, I would suggest reaching out to Rent Responsibly, tell them your situation. They help us with our group. Like, it's unbelievable how much resource and help they help us build out our group. But maybe you're the type of person that wants to build a group in your city. I think that's really, really important right now. We need more leaders in the space that is willing to form a group, help educate city council members, help educate other hosts. So get involved, find a local group. I say this all the time. Education is probably one of the most important parts when it comes to advocacy. Don't be afraid to always be learning. I am a massive sponge to all this stuff, and I get so excited and geeked out on just learning best practices. How do I educate my guests better to make sure they know they're coming into a quiet neighborhood, they gotta be respectful and be just a good neighbor, be a good member to society. Pretty hard to ask, right? But you gotta educate because laws change fairly quickly, policies change, all kinds of things are changing. Maybe guests have never used Airbnb before and they have no idea. So it's always nice to just, have like a guidebook and educate through social media. But then also it's really important if you're a host or a small property manager, I always recommend educating on listening to podcasts, read books, watch YouTube videos, all kinds of stuff. And just to name a few really good ones, my boy over Will at Slick Talk, go join that podcast. It's a great podcast, always doing great interviews. STR Success Stories, that's a great one you should check out. Short-term rental secrets, rental income, no vacancy. Of course, you must follow this podcast. Dana, she's with Rent Responsibly. It's how to save your vacation rental. Amazing. Definitely check out that one. Get Paid for Your Pad by Jasper. He always has like really quick ones, but then longer ones. Also, great way to educate. I was lucky enough to be on Alex and Annie's podcast. You should definitely go check out. These girls are hilarious, but they're really, really educated in the space. So make sure you check that out. And then obviously Bigger Pockets is a great one. And I'll list a bunch more so I don't bore the heck out of you guys, but definitely check out some of those. And then Mark Simpson with Boostly has a great book and a podcast. Definitely check that out. I think tons of resources there. So make sure that you are educating yourself as much as you possibly can so you can be up to date. All right, since I'm mostly focusing on Arizona and Scottsdale, this is the board that I sit on, Arizona for Responsible Tourism. I just kind of wanted to show you the website really quick. Since we have the Super Bowl coming up, we have a topic on the Super Bowl and how to get prepared. Some of the most common questions. I can't even begin to tell you how many rentals I've been seeing that want to go live just for the Super Bowl. And there's a bunch of red flags with that, especially with the US Open coming up as well. So check it out. There's a bunch of resources on here on how you could get your place ready for the Super Bowl if you want to rent it that way. I also wanted to show you guys, look at this. 75,000 jobs, $6.6 billion in revenue, Arizona in 2021. Like, short-term rentals are so powerful for a city and state. Yes, there needs to be regulations, but there's so much more to that. Don't let a few of these bad apples ruin an entire industry. I always say this, just because, there's a couple of drunk drivers or a lot of drunk drivers, are we gonna tell people they can't drive at all anymore? Kind of look at it, it's like, yeah, are we gonna let a few bad apples ruin, all these jobs, people making an extra living and whatnot? So really, this is why I take this so seriously. And then on our website, we have multiple cities that we walk you through policy and how to get ready. So I won't go too far down this because I don't want to bore a bunch of people that have nothing to do with Scottsdale or Arizona. But the only reason why I want to share this with you really quick is because a lot of these are going to happen in other cities and states. So I would recommend getting ahead of the curve, and maybe you want to take some of our information and bring that to the city and state and be like, look, this is what Arizona's doing. This is what Arizona for Responsible Tourism's doing. I think this is fair. Why don't we go ahead and lock this in place in your city or state? So that's the only reason why I really want to share that with you. And if you guys see here really quick, we have to have state requirements. So we have to have a TPT license, which is right here. We have to register each property in a TPT, and then we have to display that TPT in all of our marketing, Airbnb, VRBO, direct booking. You have to do that with the state and your county. So make sure you do that. Then if you acquire a property, you have to have property insurance, at least $500,000 of liability or more. I use Proper Insurance. The link will be below. They're amazing. And then now this is a new thing, which is going to happen in a lot of other cities and states. We have to apply for a license. Now they can't deny us on the license as of yet, but they can't deny us, but we have to apply. It's a $250 annual fee to apply, but we have to meet all these regulations. We got to put the address in. We got to have a 24-hour emergency number that people can reach us. Of course, a TPT license. The city and state can approve this license within 7 days, so they can't drag it on for months and months. So when these kind of things come about, I would recommend jumping on it as quickly as possible. In Arizona, Scottsdale, we have to display our listing sign inside the house. So we have to do a diagram map of all the exit points, safety, fire extinguishers, that kind of thing. And we have to have an emergency contact numbers, my personal cell number, just in case a guest needs to reach out. All that has to be mounted at the front door, but inside. They were trying to pass that out. What comes out? A couple other ones real quick. But we make a whole checklist right here for you guys to make it really easy. And little things that everybody should be doing: hiring professional cleaners, getting your place nice and clean. We should just be doing that anyways as good hosts. Bug spray, pest control. I think they're telling us that we need to do it every month or every 2 months. That's a little overkill. My places are set up for every 3 months right now, but I might have to change that. And another big one that we have to do on here is registered sex offender background checks, which is crazy. So they wanted us, at first, to do a registered sex offender background check on all guests. So any guest that would enter the property, we would have to do that, which, as many of you know, that would be impossible. It'd be very, very hard for us to do that. So as a group, as a voice, we all spoke out, and we were able to change a lot of the cities to realize, oh, okay, with education, that's impossible. These hosts are never going to be able to do that. So most platforms are letting you do that. But if you're booking direct, and I don't think VRBO does it yet either. So I use SuperHog to make sure I'm doing a thorough background check. There's other free sites you can do where you can type in the name, but we have to keep that information. So if something happens, we can show the city and be like, no, look, we did it. Pretty scary stuff, if you ask me. No, I don't think anybody wants to host a registered sex offender. Not only that, I don't think there's ever been a problem with it. But that's a whole other topic, I'm sure. And just real quick, wanted to show you Rent Responsibly. 100% join, you guys. They're doing an event in December. They do these events all the time on educating. They're gonna have amazing guest speakers on here, but they're always giving you like sample letters, organizations where you can join. Let's see, find a local alliance. So if you're looking for one or you want to pitch one, or, this is a really, really great resource for you guys to get started. And they're doing some amazing updates I'm really excited about. So definitely stay tuned and join the email. And see right here, you can find a local alliance.org. They have their organization for fighting advocacy is Protect the Right to Rent. Really cool. I like that. Good slogan. Easy to say. So right here, you can learn more. You can donate. You can make a flyer. This is really cool. So definitely check out what they're doing here. There's a ton of resources, so you're not left in the dark. All right, you guys, hopefully that was helpful. I get really excited about advocacy now. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. I want to interview a lot more people that are way ahead of me when it comes to fighting advocacy. I've been insanely lucky to get mentored by the most amazing people in this industry that are really speaking out and making positive change. So I salute every single person out there that is willing to be a voice, be out there. I know it's intimidating. I get intimidated all the time and it's scary, but I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit about what you could be doing. Hopefully you find this video helpful. Like it, subscribe, share it with your friends, but comment below also. What are you guys doing? What are some of your challenges? What do you like and don't like? I would love to hear it. Maybe we can jump on the pod one time or whatever, but stay tuned. I'm really excited. If you guys want to know more about advocacy work or policy that's going on in your city, let me know, because I will reach out. I will do a bunch of research and I will make a little video on it. Love you guys. Peace.